So, hi. I uploaded a video of me reacting to disturbing NCT fanfiction / smut approximately 2 weeks ago. I was hoping the video would flop. Much to my disappointment, it actually did pretty good. A lot of people commented and had a lot to say. It was mostly people expressing their disgust. Understandably. Some told me they stopped watching halfway through because they felt extremely uncomfortable. Again, understandable. And then, I also got a couple of people expressing their anger with me. But we'll get to that in a minute. I'm making this follow-up video to start a discussion about fanfiction and where the line is right now. It's basically non-existent, let's be honest, and where it should be. I know that fanfiction is an integral part of the K-pop community, or really any community for that matter, like specific TV shows or movies. I recognize that a lot of K-pop fans like to read fanfiction or even write fanfiction themselves, and that is fine. However, and I say this time and time again, there is a line. So let's talk about that line, shall we, clowns? Is it bad to read and write about cute fanfiction? No, it's not. At most it's cringy. But cringy is fine. Be cringy in your teenage years. Most of you who read fanfiction seem to be quite young. If it makes you happy, or helps you improve your writing skills, then by all means, go read and or write it. Have fun. If any member of a K-pop group saw your fanfic, they would probably think it's kinda cute, and also weird. I mean, you are using their real name and picture in your YN story. Don't feel bad about it though. If the fanfic is just about, you know, the harmless stuff. I don't know, what are popular tropes in non-sexual K-pop fanfics? Let me check. Okay, aside from the fact that I literally don't know what half of these even mean, it seems fine. Harmless. Nothing crazy. And I have nothing against it. How fucking ever. Let me present to you the line. Anything past this line is unacceptable. If you decide to post anything involving these, you deserve to be shamed for it. I really don't care, sweeties. Remember that I'm talking about anything that involves the real members' names and pictures. If you decide to write about SpongeBob and Larry the Lobster having sex in, say, Squidward's bedroom, no one should really care. Still insane. But these are not real human beings. SpongeBob isn't going to be traumatized and delete Larry the Lobster from his contact list so he doesn't have to face him ever again. There are no consequences. But the moment you choose to include a member's name and their picture in explicit stories like these, you're actively harming them. No member has given you consent to write about them and their friends / colleagues. No matter how often you tell yourself that this is just a fantasy and none of this will reach them, it's still wrong. Imagine how many people you inspired to write their own disturbing fanfiction about their favorite idol. It never ends. And the most troubling part to me is, most of the readers are kids as young as 9 years old. Yes, 9 years old. Are you listening to me? I said, 9 motherfucking years old. Do we not see a problem here? In what world is a 9-year-old capable of processing a story about their favorite members of a group getting kidnapped and raped? Are you, as a writer and someone who shared the fanfic, going to hold these kids by their hand and explain to them why something like this exists on the internet? That it is not okay in any way, shape or form to be treated this way in real life. But using real human beings to live out this fantasy in a made-up story and posting it on the internet is fine? Huh? Explain yourselves, dummies. And it's not like these kids can shield themselves from these kind of stories. It's all out there, everywhere. There are no rules. As long as you tag your stories, everything is perfectly fine. Do we not see the issue here? Also, another thing I want to mention again. Shipping annoys me so much. Just so very annoying. But again, if it's harmless stuff and you just like the idea of it as a storyline, then I guess you're free to read and write about your ships. But again, don't use the members' real names and pictures in your explicit shipping fantasies. Keep it to yourself. Or, very easy fix, use fictional characters. Please just use fictional characters. That's the whole point I'm trying to make here and in my last video. Just use fictional characters. Oh my god, just do that. How fucking hard is that? Listen, I understand that you might have an idea for a storyline and would really love to use your favorite member of a K-pop group in said story. And that is great. That is superb. Be creative all you want. However, when it gets into specific territory, like, you know, the smut territory, it becomes tricky. Like I said, I personally don't think you should use real human beings as characters. However, if it's at least consensual, and has nothing to do with animal hybrids and fucking fruits or vegetables, I will tolerate it. I don't like it and I don't think it's okay, but that won't really stop anyone from writing about it. So have at it, hoes. But back to my point. Consensual smut is tolerable. Anything non-consensual is absolutely not. It is never okay. Never has been. Never will be. Please do not read it. Do not share it. Do not write about it. Do not encourage other writers to include non-consensual stuff. Shame the writers for publicizing these stories, including members. Do not let them have a platform on the internet. I don't care if you think no member is going to see it. It's still absolutely disrespectful. Do you not understand that you cannot call yourself a fan and supporter of someone if you decide to disrespect them like this? We all hate sasengs, don't we? What do you think you're doing then? Writing in excruciating detail about your faves getting brutally kidnapped and raped in an abandoned building, or writing about your fave being an animal hybrid getting pounded by another member. Don't you think reading and writing these types of stories has saseng tendencies? Something to think about. Call me Dr. Phil because I have no credentials and I'm still here to call you clowns out on your bullshit. Icon behavior, methinks. LMO anyways. Let's end it here. I've said enough. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. This is me trying to start a discussion. Even if you completely disagree with me, let me know. I will probably respond to all your comments. Stay safe and happy, clowns.
숙녀를